Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for episode 42 of AppScan Tuesday. This is going to be a different episode than in the past. In the first 41 episodes that we have, we always talked about something that was already released in AppScan, or either the same day or or in the past, or meetings with partners that have complementary solutions that we integrate with. This time we are talking about the future. We are going to introduce you to something that is not yet out there, something that is going to be added in less than 2 weeks. And for that, I have Tom Gamliely joining me in the studio. Tom is the lead UX designer in the ASOC team. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Ethan. Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks for joining. And I apologize for the audience for the bad network. I have some Wi-Fi issues at home. Usually Tom isn't that pixelated, but there's still a lot of good things to show, so we didn't want to wait with the recording. So Tom, why am I so excited about this? You tell me.
Well, Ethan, we are in the process of upgrading the user interface for AppScan on Cloud, and we've rewritten a lot of it. We've redesigned some sections. We had the opportunity to, we've taken into account a lot of user feedback that we collected over time, things that our users wanted to improve, things that they've asked from us. And so we're very, very excited to be working on this to finally release a new version of the UI, better, faster, easier to use.
And it is a big change. And I think that both of us are in the same place where we don't like big changes as users. We know it scares sometimes users where they log in and, hey, where's that? But we were careful about it. We talked with a lot of customers, and you told me, you and your team, that we need to do that. Can you at least explain again for the audience what's so beautiful about this one? Why is it worth it?
Sure. So like you said, a lot of times we feel a little bit uncomfortable when we log into a system that we know and someone moved our button to another area of the screen. And so it might take some time getting used to, but all in all, like you said, we worked with customers. We did a lot of iterations for every screen that we redesigned. We tried again and again, and if it got negative feedback, then we created a new design for it and fixed whatever was necessary to get it right. So it might be a little weird at first, but we're hoping that our users will get used to it real fast because we believe that it's better. It's going to be faster to complete tasks, easier to do things, to find things, to get around.
Oh, and I'm sure it is. I mean, I got used to the new design already, and it didn't take me long. And we wanted to cater what customers are asking. So,
I'm glad.
yeah. So let's jump right to it. I hope that the viewers are interested to see this. I'm sure they are. I am. Let's see the demo based on what we already have in the staging waiting. And by the way, it is planned for March 14th. So if Nir is watching this, Nir, now it's committed. You have to. So let's make sure that it happens. Okay, I can see your screen.
Okay, great. So this is AppScan on Cloud homepage. Got a fresh new look, new blogs, and you can log in from here or sign up for a trial. I'm going to jump ahead to another tab where I'm already logged in. This is the applications view. You can see here a list of applications in my organization. They are sorted by risk rating. We've added a lot more capabilities to organizing list items in the table, so you have more sort options. You can easily change the order of items in the table. You can choose which columns to show or hide. You can copy items by clicking the copy icon. You can see it here. And from this view, I can create a new application. I'm going to click right here. and give this application a name. An application can be either a web application, a desktop application, a mobile application, a web service. I can select business impact that will help AppScan calculate the risk rating. I can select which group of users will have access to this application, and so on. I can enter other details. They are optional, but filling them in will help you organize your applications. I'm going to go ahead and visit one of these applications now by clicking here. And this, what you can see here, is completely new. We have this overview dashboard of the status of the application, the risk rating, testing status, scans, recent scans, issues according to severity, according to common issue types, recent comments. You can also see which policies were associated with this application and whether or not it is compliant or non-compliant with that.
Yeah, and this relates to some of what we discussed earlier, feedback that we got from customers. As they log into this, they get a good picture of their applications, what's the status, what's the risk, all the issues, this nice dashboard that they can later copy and paste to a deck if they want to, slides, but also good input of what has changed. Those recent scans and recent issue comments are really helping in, okay, what do I need to do next with the application and what do I need to evaluate? So I personally really appreciate the fact that you've added that.
Thank you. Exactly like you said, I get a very quick understanding of the status of my application. I can see here that the risk is critical. I can see that I have a lot of high severity issues. I can see that SQL injection is very common in my application. And I could either click view all issues directly from here, or I could click the charts directly if I want to see only the high severity issues or only the SQL injection issues. So I clicked SQL injection and I'm redirected to the issues list where I can see all the issues from type SQL injection. I can change the filters if I choose to, my severity, status, or scan technology, or I can click the issue that I want to learn more about and see its details. In this case, source and sync in the code. I can learn how to fix this issue according to the language that I wrote the code in. I have fixed recommendation and so on. Or I can leave comments on this issue. I can copy the location and search it in my code. And I can also copy the URL for this issue and share it with my defect tracking system if I choose to. One more thing that we've added is it's very easy now when you're looking at issue details to just switch to the next one. If you want to work fast, if you want to triage a lot of issues fast, it's a lot easier to do that now. Okay, so let's go back to my application. I can use here the breadcrumbs to do that. And I'm going to create a scan. Here I can choose what technology I want to scan with, either dynamic, static, or interactive. I could select the technology here, type in the website that I want to scan, enter the login details to my application, select whether or not it's a private network, what sort of optimization do I want, and then review and scan. Once I run the scan, it will appear here in the list of recent scans, and I can also see it. And I can also see it in the list of scans in the application. Here I have completed scans. I can see the results of the scans, who scanned them, when did it start, when it ended, and what was the configuration of that scan. So this was the applications view. And I want to show a few more items. We have a brand new menu here, applications, scans, and dashboard for the entire organization. have the tools section here where I can see the list of AppScan plugins, presences that I've installed, get an API key or use our API. The organization sections, I can see policies, domains, my subscriptions, and access management lets me control, invite users or control who have access to which application, what should be the role, what are they allowed to do, what are their permissions, and so on.
So one of the items that I'm a big fan of is the policies. And I think that not many people are using it as they could and get the value. We did some changes there also, right?
Right, we did a complete rethink of this page. We're now showing here a list of all the policies in your organization. We have a set of predefined policies, which are very well known, like OWASP Top 10, SANS 25, PCI. So from here, you can see here the list of all those predefined policies, or you can add a custom policy. And once you've selected the one that fits your organization or the one that you want to associate with an application, you can click Associate with Application, select the application that you want to associate it to. And now AppScan is going to check whether or not this application is compliant with this policy. So from here, you can see exactly which policy is associated with which applications, and then AppScan can calculate compliance with these policies.
Cool. And for those who are not familiar, we had a session on policies. I'll include the link here. But policies is an amazing way for you to evaluate and the compliance of your application, of course, but also to control the work that your developers need to do. In reality, AppScan will find many vulnerabilities, and you won't have enough development resources to handle all of them. So how do you control what they need to work on? How do you make sure that they work on the most important things for you as the business owner or the application owner? Use policies there. It allows you to dictate for the developers what they see. And basically, a policy is a smart filter that hides the items that you don't care of at this point.
Right, and once you've associated a policy with an application, you can see it here in the list of policies. So for example, for my banking application, I've associated OWASP Top 10 for mobile, and I've created a baseline policy, which I'll show in a minute. And one of them is non-compliant, therefore the application is non-compliant. I can click here to manage which policies I want to enable or disable from within the application. Maybe I only want to check compliance to one of them and not the other temporarily. I can also create a baseline policy directly from here. That means that I want to look at issues only from a specific date and time. I can type here the date and time, and then...
Yeah, and the idea with the baseline is pretty simple. When you start with a new team, sometimes you want to, the first step will be, from this moment on, we don't want to allow any new vulnerability to come in. So we're defining that baseline with the time of it. And any new scan after that scan, new vulnerabilities will trigger this. This is the first step when you are trying to do application security testing program. And one of the things that I like that you added here, customers are using the IAST capabilities that we have, and we are exposing it. And for those that don't have IAST, they will have here a button to ask for a demo, and we will be in touch with them and show them the wonderful world of the AppScan IAST, and we will definitely talk about it more in the coming weeks.
Yeah, definitely recommended to try it out.
Cool. So we are short in time. We need to be respectful to people's lunch and the rest of the day. Let's bring you back to the studio, and thank you for coming back.
Hi, Dan.
It's really good. I mean, to me, being part of ASOC for since 2015, I think, this is awesome work that the team has done here, and I'm sure that customers will appreciate it. But the work isn't done, of course. We are planning to do much more in the coming weeks and believe that we can. And that's where you, our viewers, come in. If you have items that you feel that we should add, could do better, comments, feedbacks, all of this, we would love to hear that. And there are a few ways. I will include below a link to our ideas portal. You can add comments. If there are good feedback, we will love to hear comments. If it's bad feedback, we still want to know about it, but let's find a different way. But really encouraging everyone there, all our users, to reach out to us. I know that Tom specifically would love to talk to you and get your feedback and how we could improve ASOC, AppScan on Cloud, to better suit your needs, because that's what we are here for. Any last? Go ahead.
I'm really hoping to hear from you. Please reach out to us if you have any feedback. Like Ethan said, we have a lot of things planned. We really want to add a lot more capabilities and make it even better. But we really want to hear from you if it's working for you, if you find it easier to use, easier than before.
Yeah, we have.
So please reach out to us.
We have some plans in the next few months on enhancing the dashboards and all the areas around more capabilities around dynamic scannings. It will be fun. Yeah. It's going to be a really fun year, even more than what we had last year, and hopefully with less quarantines. So thanks you for joining. Any last thoughts here, Tom, on this, or comments, suggestions for customers? No? All good?
No, thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.